Houston, Texas, September 20. Houston Astros relief pitcher Joe MusgroveEven with a certain goal. The Houston Astros should know that they have as good of a chance to win it all regardless of what seed. Being number one come October doesn't need to matter to us. A few weeks ago, I wrote about why we shouldn't worry about the Cleveland Indians, who were in the midst of a tremendous winning streak. With the number one seed at stake, it's getting to where a race is at hand. Obviously, some Cleveland fans thought I was nuts. Even Brian T. Smith of the Houston Chronicle assumed I was paranoid. Sorry that I'm loyal to my team through thick and thin. You know what, let them think that way. Let's clear some things up. I never said nor guaranteed Cleveland wouldn't win it all this year. I'm not a legitimate baseball expert like Buster Olney or Peter Gammons. If Cleveland fans think I'm crazy, you know what, let them think that way, because, at times, we Houstonians need to feel that way, because we're loyal to our teams. Anyway, I talked about how the postseason was a different animal than the regular season. The three reasons I put down all have these common themes. What you do in the regular season doesn't matter to a degree if you don't win at all. There is no clear path to the World Series title. Anyone can win it, as long as they're hot. The regular season and postseason are not identical. So where do we stand? It seems like people want the Houston Astros to be the best team in the American League. I would agree, because the Houston Astros have that in mind. But what's making it difficult is with Cleveland winning. At least we know they're peaking, or suspecting of peaking at the right time. It's time for me to make a bold prediction. Actually, a prediction that might not be bold, but understandable. In fact, I have two and maybe three. Cleveland will finish with the better record, and will wait for either the Yankees or the Twins in the Alds. Houston will be hosting Boston in the Alds for Game 1. I'm holding on to this for now. It sounds like I've already settled in with Cleveland winning. That's not the narrative I want to follow. Trust me, if y'all watched Big Brother this season, you understand why expecting the unexpected must be expected. So why bring this up? Why talk about it now? Why bring up seeding when we already made the playoffs? It's easy to think that we should be the number one seed. But let's think about this for a second. Are we really good in sports as the number one seed? Page 2. Use your arrows to browse. Clutch City won in our hearts, not in our past. Okay, if you look at the history of Houston sports, it seems we do much better when people doubt us. Case in point, the 199,495 Houston Rockets. Twice before we should have been dead in front of everyone's eyes. Yet, we came away successful with titles. 2005 saw the Houston Astros go from 1530 to the wild card to the World Series. We didn't win at all, but we should not have been there. The Houston Oilers of 1978 didn't deserve to reach the AFC title game. We weren't supposed to win the MLS Cup in our expansion year with the Dynamo. Yet we won anyway. There are those that still don't give us the respect, which tells me two things. Much like radical politicians these days, left or right, they're blocked by their belief that Houston is not going to be successful. Ask Cub fans, Red Sox fans, or Cleveland fans about that. Maybe bring Sacramento, Buffalo, Philadelphia, San Diego, or the Detroit Lions into the mix. They're afraid that Houston is going to strike again, much like a volcano, so much that they don't want their egos to be destroyed. Enough about preparing for her ego fails. Let's bring up the real issue here. Us as the number one seed has not been good. 1980 Houston Astros 1983 Houston Cougars 1993 Houston Oilers. All the teams mentioned have been the number one seed and came up empty. Why is that? There's media pressure that people already give them success and titles that have yet to be given. Perhaps that's why much of the media doesn't talk about us like the rest of America. There's a big bullseye on our back that knows teams will come after them. We're not the hunters. Instead, we're the hunted. As concluded by the three teams listed, we were outplayed all three times. Did we lose the games we were supposed to win? Perhaps, but we were outplayed by everyone. Now, I'm not saying Houston can't thrive as the number one seed. It takes a team to get hot in the right time. But with our city's history in sports, we would much rather be the underdog now than the favorite. If we do win, and we start to continue to win, then should we be the favorite? We can have a swagger of being the favorite. Use your arrows to browse.